Thanks for joining us at Right On Replicas, where we're proud to bring you the best scale model kit reviews on the planet. This review covers the Porsche Boxster kit. It's a 1/24 scale Revell kit in the SnapTite series, model kit number 85-1984. It's a re-release and has seen a number of box arts over the years, and it's a skill level 1 kit for the entry-level builder, and it requires no paint or glue to assemble. The kit has 37 parts molded in red, black, chrome, clear, and clear red with vinyl tires. It has metal axles and screws to assemble. Now the chassis is solid and has all the suspension and motor details molded in. The interior is in multiple parts with a tub-style interior, and it is all black on the inside and looks nice just without painting. The body is red, and although that's nice, it should be painted for a quality finish if you want a nice display. The glass is crisp, and you do have to paint the frosting around the windshield, but the tires and the rims look great, and the slide-on metal axles are easy to use. Now overall, it's a pretty simple build. Without paint, you could assemble it in less than a half hour. Overall, when you're done, the length is about 7 inches long, 3 1/4 inches wide, and 2 inches high. The model comes with some peel and stick graphics for a racing version and a couple of emblems there for plates, but I elected not to use these. I wanted to add a little extra detailing to the kit, so I decided to provide some carpeting for the flooring. It's pretty easy to do. I just used some carpet flocking that I got at a craft store, or you can find it online. Then I painted the bottom with some Elmer's glue, and then I sprinkled the craft flocking onto it, tamped it down a little bit, and then after a minute or two I turned it over and tapped off all of the excess, leaving a nice even carpet for my new Boxster. I actually liked the luster of the interior parts, so I left them unpainted in black, but you could prime and paint it any color you wished, of course. Now once you decide to change the interior, you can just go about cleaning it up. Like I said, prime it and paint it. Now, if you'll notice here, the seat backs, they snap into place, but there's a little ejector pin mark on the back that was a little too long, and then one was a little sunken. So if you want, you can trim those off and put a little putty on there and sand them smooth for a nice finish. The seats are placed up against the back wall, and you probably won't show them anyway, but make sure you trim off the long one to make sure it doesn't keep that seat from going into place properly. Now snap the shifter in from under the tub. You can still detail the interior with the seats in place, so go ahead and paint the door handles silver, and as well as the control panel on the console. Now snap the door panels into place, and then make sure that the seats are seated in place, and if you need to, a little dab of glue to secure them. Go ahead and grab the rear windscreen now, and this is a tricky piece because the seat backs of that are painted black, and then the center window is left clear as it would be in the real vehicle. So snap that into place behind the seats. The dash assembly and steering wheel are pretty nicely detailed, but they have no graphics to really make them stand out. So if you wish, you can just finish them the best that you can with dry brushing and glue or gel pens, etc. But I elected to go out to the parts box and find some gauge decals, and then add a few little pieces of detailing to the radio, like the radio panel is silver. I painted that, and then I painted the dials black, and some of them a blue tint according to some of the photos I saw on the internet. Now you can snap that steering column into place on the receiving boss there on the dash, and it should stay in place if it's not got a lot of flash on it, but if you need to, a little drop of glue will keep it securely in place. We're going to assemble the tires and wheels next, and these are non-directional. They're all the same size, so there's no need to worry about which way they are oriented. To give the tires a road-used look, though, I pressed and rolled the tread on a flat sheet of 220 grit sandpaper, and then moved it around to give it a nice worn look on those tread areas. Now paint the brakes silver and install those into the axle posts, and then insert the rims into the tires. Now get the chassis pan out of the kit, and it's surprising how much detail you can highlight just with the parts molded in. But here it is. I painted it flat black, and then I used some different shades of aluminum, silver, and steel with some different gloss tones of black to highlight the parts on the lower section like this. So you can use this as a guide or just use your imagination. So get those wheel assemblies we put together before and insert a metal axle into the back of a rim and slide the axle into place in the holes in the chassis, and then insert the tire on the opposite end and then squeeze them together into place. At this point we already have the lower half of the vehicle built, and it's a great platform on which to finish the rest of the model kit. Now we will start on the body, and as I said, you can leave it just as it is. Grab the mirrors also, and go ahead and install those, and then lightly sand the entire exterior of the body with some 800 to 1000 grit sandpaper to just give it a little bite and to smooth off any of the parting or mold lines that you find on the body surface. A good quality etching primer is necessary to keep the red paint from bleeding through, and sometimes it's also a good idea to even paint the exterior black before you use your finish color. But I should be good, as this is a lighter color, and so with the body in primer, it's then time to give it another light sanding inside and out with the wet sandpaper at 1000 grit, and then let it air dry. I wanted something that would stand out, so I used the Tamiya Lemon Yellow X8 color for the base body color and build. So I mixed the bottle 60-40 with thinner, and then I used it in the airbrush to spray some nice even coats for a good color over the entire body. And then I detail painted the body prior to clear coat by painting the front intake grills and the side intake grills black. And then the cowl and the wipers are black as well. Now the rear panel that the roof would lower into is black also. The Boxster logo on the trunk and the rear bumperettes are black, and the tail light indents are silver. Now add the hood emblem sticker to the hood, and once that's completed and the paint cures, you can clear coat the whole body to keep it nice and tight along with the decals in place. Get these pieces out from the kit, and we're going to paint the blinker notches turn signal amber on the headlight bezels. Now insert the lenses into the body, lining the tabs with the pins to the bezels. Then snap the bezel into place, holding the lenses in the body. Let's work with the windshield next, and I painted the well, first I actually dipped the entire thing into some Pledge Floor Care and then let it wick off and dry. That gives it a crisper, thinner look. And then I painted the frosted areas that are demarked here on the window black on the inside so that they look like the surrounds on the real car. Once that's done, you can slide the glass in place over the pins on the body on the inside, and then slide the interior tub over the pins to snap it into the body and hold the glass in place. Now you can spread the body apart a little bit and slide the chassis into place, and then use the 2 screws in the locations indicated here by the red arrows to tighten the chassis to the body for placement. Here's the completed front end, and you can see those tabs inside the glass bezels there by the headlights with the amber color. Also notice there's a little overspray where I painted the grill backing, and I'll have to rub that off with some lighter fluid, which will take off fresh paint, but if you do it lightly, not the underlying paint, to clean things up. I decided to customize my Boxster with some custom plates. So I printed out my logo in a license plate fashion, sized it up, and then covered it up with some plain tape on both sides, and then cut it out for sizing and putting into the vehicle. Now I'm also going to install the taillights at this time, so get those out. Use a little tube glue or tacky glue to place your license plate onto the tag area there, and then go ahead and snap the taillights into place at the rear of the vehicle. This kit version didn't come with any mirror faces, so I just cut some out of some home type AC duct repair tape. It's a chrome tape and it has a little bit of thickness so that it'll be flat. I just cut it out and stuck it in there and trimmed off the excess around the edge for a mirror look for my mirrors. Well, there you have it. This is a great kit for the novice builder. A really nice first kit for a child who's learning how to assemble and follow the instructions to build models. But it's also something that you can detail with a little extra work. You can have a nice paint finish and then some detailing on the bottom, which actually looks pretty good. Add some details to the interior like gauges and some flocking, and you've got a nice shelf sitter that you can build in a weekend. Now, it's not contest quality, but it's going to look really great just like this one does. So give it a try. If I were you, I'd buy one and put it on my shelf. We hope you like this premium step-by-step model kit review. And so that you don't miss any more, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. But you can find us on Facebook and also our website, www.rightonreplicas.com. Thanks!